Hey friends, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. We are currently on my floor. This is the start of a vlog, which I haven't done in a while. And this vlog has a theme. I have sort of done themed vlogs in the past, but not really that often. I did like one vlog that just revolved around one book, and that's kind of really it. Like, I've done readathon vlogs, but yeah, that's it. But yeah, today I had this idea literally last week and I just got really excited by the idea. I was originally going to wait to do it next year but I thought, you know what, whatever, I'm going to do it this year. So all this started because I was reading a book called Venomous Lumpsucker by Ned Bowman, which I really enjoyed, and it won the Arthur C. Clarke Award last year, so I thought it might be fun to do a reading vlog where I read the Arthur C. Clarke Award shortlist for this year. So that's what we're going to do. So the shortlist is Chain Gang All Stars by Nana Kwame Adjibrenya, The 10% Thief by Lavanya Lakshminarayan, In Ascension by Martin McInnes, The Mountain in the Sea by Ray Naylor, Some Desperate Glory by Emily Tesh, and Corey Farr Does Social Mobility by Isabel Wadner. So at the point that I decided to do this, I already owned one of the shortlist books, which is In Ascension by Martin McInnes. So I already have this one. And then I ordered 4 of the other books, which 3 of them came today. Chain Gang All Stars is not out in paperback until the beginning of July, but I've got 3 more of the books here, so I'm just waiting on Chain Gang All Stars. And then you may notice that's only 5. I did start Some Desperate Glory last year because it came in a subscription box, I think. Sorry, I just don't remember getting a subscription box last year, but I've always just known it as a subscription box book. Okay, that's weird, but yeah, I got it in a subscription box and I tried reading it last year and I just wasn't getting on with it and I DNF'd it. So out of the 6, I've already given one a go and it just wasn't for me. So for this vlog I've only got 5 left to try, but I'm going to open my parcel that came today with 3 of the 4 books I'm missing in it. There we go. So we have The Mountain in the Sea by Ray Naylor, which is very pink and octopusy, and I really don't like octopus. They kind of freak me out a bit, but this should be fun. And then we have The 10% Thief and Corey Farr Does Social Mobility, which is so short. I was not expecting this. So these are 4 of the books I'm going to be reading for this vlog, plus Chain Gang All Stars when that finally comes in. And I don't really know kind of what my aim is with this vlog. I just thought it might be fun to read all of the shortlisted books, maybe just share like my favourite. This is like my first time really paying attention to the Arthur C. Clarke Award, so I don't feel like I really kind of know enough about like how they've selected previous winners or what has historically won in order to make a prediction on what I think might win, but I could have a go. But I'll definitely share my favourite. As of now, maybe I'll do it like Books and Lala style and have like a ranking. So like out of 6 spots, as of now, Some Desperate Glory is the only one that's on there. But that was a DNF, so I can't imagine it will stay at the top at all. And then out of the remaining 5, I think these 2 are the 2 that I'm like most interested in, just regardless of the award. These 2 sound the most interesting to me in general. And then I think Chain Gang All Stars is a dystopian, and I'm just not that into dystopian. So just naturally because of that, I'm a bit less excited for that one, but I'm willing to give it a go. I'm more than happy to be surprised and end up really enjoying a dystopian book. I did that thing like many years ago when like everyone was obsessed with dystopia, where I only read dystopia and just completely burnt myself out on it, and I've just never got back into it. But I'm willing to give it a go. But I think just at the moment that one's kind of the one I'm expecting to like the least, just because it's a dystopia. And then in between I have these two, which I just don't really know what to expect and what I'm going to think of them. The 10% Thief does sound quite interesting. It's set in a world where everything is decided by the mathematically perfect bell curve, which just intrigues me a bit. And then this one I'm very intrigued about, because this is obviously a sci-fi award, but the synopsis itself doesn't sound super sci-fi to me. So I'm very intrigued to see what this is about, and to see what kind of sci-fi elements are in there. I imagine it would be more like really subtle sci-fi, kind of speculative. But I'll read you all the synopses of these. So Corey Farr does social mobility. In flight from a traumatic rural childhood, Corey Farr has come to Earth in a one-bed council flat in the capital. Trapped with partner Drew in the limited world that late capitalism has allotted them, they are modestly happy but practically futureless. Until one day, Corey is offered a life-changing prize from out of the blue. Things are looking up, but as Corey soon finds, it's one thing winning a prize in life's lottery and quite another being able to collect it. Especially if you are a queer, working-class immigrant with all of history working against you. Corey Farr's pursuit of the elusive prize and an escape from precarity is a whirlwind epic journey through the streets of the city and the time loops of the past, written with boundless energy and invention. Social mobility in this radiant, radical novel is never a simple step up the ladder, but a hopeful leap into the void. So next up, I'll read the synopsis for The 10% Thief. Nothing has happened, not yet anyway. This is how all things begin. Welcome to Apex City, formerly Bangalore, where everything is decided by the mathematically perfect bell curve. With the right image, values and opinions, you can ascend to the glittering heights of the 20%, the virtual elite, and have the world at your feet. Otherwise you risk falling to the precarious 10%, followed by deportation to the ranks of the analogues, with no access to electricity, running water, denied even your humanity. The system has no flaws until the elusive 10% thief steals a single jacaranda seed from the virtual city and plants a revolution in the barren soil of the analogue world. Okay, I'll get up the synopsis for Chain Gang All Stars next, and I'll save the two I'm most interested in for last. So Chain Gang All Stars is described as The Hunger Games meets The Handmaid's Tale. Enter a world where, live-streamed to millions, prisoners fight like gladiators for the ultimate prize, their freedom. Fan favourite female stars Loretta Thurwar and Hamara Hurricane Stacker are teammates and lovers. Thurwar is nearing the end of her time on the circuit, free in just a few matches, a fact she carries as heavily as her lethal hammer. But as protesters clash with the baying crowds and the programme's corporate owners stack the odds against her, will the price be simply too high? So now I'll move on to these two. So The Mountain in the Sea. Pioneering marine biologist Dr. Ha Nguyen has been sent to the remote Con Dao archipelago. Oh my god, archipelago? I don't know how to say that word. To investigate a highly intelligent, dangerous species of octopus. There are interested parties watching her closely, parties with deep pockets and dangerous ambitions, motivated by far more than scientific interest. Nguyen is unprepared for what she will find under the water. It will have a profound impact on humankind and devastating consequences for the octopuses themselves once her research is made public. But the octopuses haven't had their say yet. And then in Ascension by Martin McInnes. I have no idea if I'm saying that name right either. Lee grew up in Rotterdam, drawn to the waterfront as an escape from her unhappy home life. Enchanted by the undersea world of her childhood, she excels in marine biology, travelling the globe to study ancient organisms. When a trench is discovered in the Atlantic Ocean, Lee joins the exploration team, hoping to find evidence of the Earth's first life forms. What she instead finds calls into question everything we know about our own beginnings. Her discovery leads Lee to work for an ambitious new space agency, where she learns that the Atlantic Trench is only one of several related phenomena from across the world, each piece linking up to suggest a pattern beyond human understanding. Lee knows that to continue working with the agency will mean leaving behind her declining mother and her younger sister, and faces an impossible choice: to remain with her family or to embark on a journey across the breadth of the cosmos. Okay, I will also just read you the synopsis of Some Desperate Glory, because even though I decided it wasn't for me, it may still be for you. All her life, Keir has trained for the day she can avenge the destruction of planet Earth. Raised on Gaia Station, alongside the last scraps of humanity, she is one of the best warriors of her generation, the sword of a dead planet. Then Command assigns her brother to certain death and relegates her to the nursery to bear sons, and she knows she must take humanity's revenge into her own hands. Alongside her brother's brilliant but seditious friend and a lonely captive alien, Keir must escape from everything she's ever known. If she succeeds, she will find a universe far more complicated than she was taught, and far more wondrous than she could ever have imagined. And that synopsis sounds interesting. The book sounded interesting when I got it. It just wasn't for me. I don't think I was gelling with the writing style. It's been a while now. I think I tried it not that long after I got it, so it has been a while. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. Just wasn't gelling with it that much. And I didn't end up finishing that one, unfortunately. These four, plus Some Desperate Glory and Chain Gang All Stars, are this year's Arthur C. Clarke Award. I will put my ranking, this is what it looks like now. I will put that after I finish each book and kind of put them where I think they go. Kind of like Books in La La style. But I'm excited. I've never really done a challenge like this. I've never read like a shortlist of a book award before. And I've always been into sci-fi, but I've been really making an effort to prioritise it more lately. And as a result, I've been finding some more really good sci-fi books that I just never would have picked up in the past. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to try some books. These two and Chain Gang All Stars, I can almost certainly say I wouldn't have picked up if I didn't do this. Clearly this one I did pick up, and Some Desperate Glory, even though I didn't end up enjoying it. So I would have picked up this one anyway. And then this one, maybe if I heard of it another way I might have been intrigued, but I don't know. So it is definitely pushing me to pick up books I wouldn't have picked up otherwise, which, we love. So yeah, I am currently in the middle of a different book. What am I in the middle of? The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, that's what I'm in the middle of. But I wanted to just come on and start this vlog because I had my parcel and I wanted to open it. But I will come back when I'm actually ready to start reading these books, when I've finished my current read. This will be the next thing I read. After I finish that, I will work on this shortlist. So I will be back with more updates when I start reading soon. Okay, it's now a few days later and I've started on my books. So I ended up starting with the 10% Thief. I am 112 pages in. It's very intriguing so far. So this is set in a world where there are virtuals and analogues, and virtuals have access to all this modern technology, and analogues don't even have access to running water. And kind of where you are in society is determined basically by how much value you have to the society, so by how productive you are. So the more productive you are, the higher up you're going to get in society. So the analogues make up the bottom 10%. And then the sort of middle 70% are people who are allowed to live in the virtual world. They have access to a load of the technology. They're in the nicer part of the city that's kind of got air conditioning and more protective against the elements. but they're not at the top. So they have got some limitations. Like I think the middle 70% are only allowed to go on like virtual holidays, whereas the top 20% can actually go to real life destinations. And they just have more privileges. And it's really interesting so far. The way they all look down on the analogues is insane. It's almost like they genuinely think the analogues are a different species. Or I guess they've been taught to think that the analogues are a different species. They don't even see them as human. Even though some of the analogues, like not all the analogues are born into it, some of them are people who were from the virtual world who weren't productive enough and got kicked out. And I'm already getting the sense, I mean it's a dystopian, so you kind of knew this, but I'm already getting the sense that society is not what it seems. So they're like, oh, these people are part of the analog world because they weren't productive enough. They didn't work hard enough for it. But then you get these kind of hints that that might not be the case for everyone. Like some people, oh, you just caused too many issues for us, so I'm gonna put you over there. So yeah, I'm into this. I don't know how long it's going to take me because, like I said, I am trying to read it slowly and really take it in, and I'm sometimes a bit stupid. A lot of books go over my head sometimes, so I really want to make sure I'm really absorbing this, really taking this in. So yeah, that's what I'm up to with that book. Enjoying it so far. I want to try and read more today, and so it's Friday now. I want to try and get a lot done over the weekend. For today, I have a GP appointment soon, which is why I'm off work. And then I thought I might go for a walk because it's a nice day out, and then yeah, just want to chill and read for a bit and get through more of my book.
Couple of billionaires died inside a submarine. Would you go to that extent again?
Yeah, I think it's been a few days since I last updated you, but I'm back finally. And my update is that I've finished my first book of this vlog, which is The 10% Thief. I gave this one 3 stars. I thought it was really interesting. Like the world and the way it was written was just really interesting, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know, I feel like maybe I didn't get as much out of it as I should have done, maybe. Like some of it maybe went a bit over my head, so it was a 3 stars. I did enjoy it though. I enjoyed the way it was written. Every chapter seemed to follow like a different person, and so it was kind of like just little snippets of life in this world, but then they all tied together as well to form the broader picture of this story, which was a really interesting way of writing it, and I really enjoyed that. I've not read a book that was written like that before. I feel like the ending was a bit too open for my tastes. It was really interesting. If you like the sound of it, I do recommend it. Yeah, I had a good time with it, and I'm glad I read it. I'm glad that this challenge kind of pushed me to read it. It's something different for me, and I'm glad I picked it up. So I have already started the next book that I planned to read for this vlog. I went with Corey Farder's Social Mobility. This one is really short, itty bitty. It's like 145 pages, so nice quick read hopefully. I have today off work, so I'm hoping I can finish it today. That would be ideal. I'm on page 24, I'm on chapter 3, and so far it is weird as all fuck. I have no idea what's going on. It's so bizarre. Literally in the first chapter, the main character encounters an animal that is like Bambi crossed with a spider. When I say Bambi, I mean Bambi, but not as we know him. On top of his famously unsteady legs, he had 4 spider's legs. Grand total was 8. Besides, he had multiple sets of eyes, like that serif-filtered kitty on Instagram, or most common spiders. What? That's on the first page. What is going on in this book? I have no idea. This is just bananas. I'm intrigued. I'm confused. I have no idea what's going on. This is very odd. But yeah, I've got the day off. So my plan for today is to try and finish this if I can. I need to pop to the pharmacy at some point when I can be bothered. I need to do the dishes. I need to film and edit and upload a video. And my new running shoes should be coming today. And if they manage to come at a reasonable time when it's not too late, I might try and go for a short run. No more than maybe 20 minutes. But that's sort of the aim for today. So we'll see how we get on.
God knows we tried to talk it out, and if the rapture came right now, I'd be okay with that. I would have given everything if you would let me. I would have fought it out until...
Just like a random little update. I nearly finished this book. I have like 40 pages left. It's very weird. I have no idea what's going on. I've got through it pretty quickly though, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know. And I'm just waiting for my shoes to arrive because like we don't really have anywhere like secure for the postie to leave a parcel. Like at my parents' house we had the porch. Where I live now there's just nowhere, so if I'm not in they'll just take it away. And like I've got things to do, like I want to go into the pharmacy and pick up my prescription, and generally I just wouldn't mind going for a bit of a walk. Even if I'm not going to get to go for a run today, if my shoes arrive too late, I still want to go for a bit of a walk, but I just can't do anything until my shoes come. And then I've got things I want to do at home, but I don't really want to be interrupted. Like I've got the dishes to do, but I don't want someone to be knocking on the door while I've got like wet soapy hands and I have to hurry to dry them. And I've got a video to film and I don't want to have to stop halfway through the video, but I know if I don't get on with it, it'll be one of those situations where if I start filming a video they'll come in the middle of it, and if I don't start filming a video they won't come until like really late in the evening and I'll have wasted the day. So I don't really know what to do. I think I'm sort of thinking I might just finish this and then decide, but we'll see.
Discovering the point where it went south was a therapist who opened up your mind. Now I'm haunted by the thought of throwing graves in the silver bucket. When you said this is what you wanted, did you mean just stealing chocolate?
I have been waiting all day to make this update. Wow. So I have got some stuff done. I've done my video, I've done my filming, got it edited and uploaded. It's all good. It's all done. I'm on track. I've done some dishes. I'm going to do some more. I stopped for dinner. I've been watching MasterChef. And I have been waiting all day for my parcel to come. And on the Royal Mail tracking it said that, like, since this morning it said it's due to be delivered today, and it said that they usually aim to deliver before 7:30 p.m. and considering they've had it since this morning, I would have thought that would have been no problem, but apparently not, because it's only just been delivered and it's nearly 8 p.m. So I'm not going for a run today. I've just eaten dinner. It's too late for a run. It's not happening. But it's finally come. So I ordered these a while ago, originally in a size 7, because that's my size, and they were a bit too small, and so I had to send them back and ask them to send me a 7.5, which they've done. I've been waiting for so long to finally have these properly because of returning them and exchanging them and everything, so it's finally time. Oh, yeah, this website I got them from is called Start Fitness, and they send free socks with every pair of shoes. I forgot about that. I wasn't expecting there to be socks on top, but here we go. Yay, there's a shoe! They're so nice. I got some Brooks. Jez got some Brooks like at Christmas or something, so I have been like aware of them and eyeing them up, and they seem to like partner with Parkrun a lot. They're always in like Parkrun communications and stuff. So yeah, I've been eyeing them up. Finally got a pair. These are really nice. They've also got this guide rails. It says it there, you can't really see, but they've got like guide rails, and they're meant to help support the foot more. And I have flat feet, so I just kind of figured that can't be a bad thing for me. But yeah, hopefully these fit. The size 7s that I got, my toe was just like kind of right at the end, and it just wasn't very comfortable. So hopefully these fit better and are more comfortable, because I don't want to have to go through the whole process of sending them back again. Because I just want to start using them. You know, I'm excited to have my new shoes. But yeah, I've been waiting all day to film an update because I wanted to just do it all at once with the shoes. But I have finished Corey Farder's Social Mobility. I don't really know what to say about this. It was very weird. And to be quite honest, I don't think I really enjoyed it that much. I gave it 2 stars. I didn't like actively dislike it. I just had no idea what was going on. And towards the end, I was kind of like not caring as much anymore because it was just so weird. And I realised as well that I forgot after I finished, or after I talked about the 10% Thief, I forgot to show you my rankings as where they stand now. So now that I've read/tried 3 of the books on this year's shortlist, I'll put my rankings here now so you can see where they're at now. But yes, 10% Thief is so far at the top, and then Corey Farder Social Mobility, and then Some Desperate Glory, which I DNF'd last year, so that one's gonna be at the bottom almost definitely. Unless something else I read is just like really offensive or something. I doubt it though. But yeah, that's my rankings. These are my shoes. I really hope they fit. And actually, one more thing while I remember, because I keep bloody forgetting. Be right back. So Jez is staying at his parents' house this week while they're on holiday because he's looking after their cats. So we're not like seeing each other. He went on Sunday and he's come back on Friday. So, you know, not tomorrow. So it's a long time. I mean, it's not that long, but it's like a whole week where we're just not together. So we had a date night last night just to break up the week apart. And he gifted me a book because he's so lovely. He got me Frontier by Grace Curtis. This was on my Amazon wishlist, and he apparently looked on my Amazon wishlist and then found one in Waterstones and bought it for me because he's lovely. So yeah, that was really sweet, and I wasn't expecting it. That's my update. I'm so glad I could finally make it. Finally my shoes came. I've got to do more dishes, and I'm watching MasterChef while I do it, so yeah, good times. I've got to say, I'm taking just a little break from the Arthur Clarke shortlist, and I've picked up Cat Plus Gamer Volume 1. I've had this for ages, and I finished Corey Farder Social Mobility like hours ago, and I wanted something to read while waiting for my parcel, but I didn't want to start the next book without doing the update, so I was like, I'll just pick up something else so that I don't have to do an update saying I've started the next book but I still don't have my shoes. Because I know how you're all invested in my shoes. But once I finish it, I'm already like over halfway through. It's a manga, it'll be a really quick read. But once I finish this, my next book for the Arthur C. Clarke Award shortlist, I'm going to pick up In Ascension by Martin McInnes. I have higher hopes for this one. I'm hoping that I might get a 4-star read out of this one at the very least. This is the one book out of the 5 I'm reading now in this vlog that I already owned and had been interested in before coming up with this vlog idea. So I'm hopeful that I will enjoy this one more. It sounded really interesting to me. It sounded like, I don't know, it sounded not like anything I've read before. I don't mean that like, oh, it's so unique and different. It might be, I don't know, but it just don't tend to pick up this kind of book. But it is something that is starting to interest me more and more. So I do have high hopes for this one. I'm hoping that I'll start enjoying the rest of these books a bit more. But yeah, I thought I would pick up this one next. So that'll be after I finish Cat Plus Gamer, my little detour. Yeah, I'm gonna dry my shoes, get on with the dishes, do some more reading, watch MasterChef.
Now I'm haunted by the thought of throwing grapes in the supermarket. When you said this is what you wanted, did you mean just stealing chocolate? If I could find a way to hide, to find out what we could have been, I'd seek the truth that lies inside.
Hello. I am frustrated. I've just got home, well, sort of from work, but I went home like via IKEA, you would have just seen, and just get to my flat, and we like park in like a courtyard area at the back of all the flats that we share with like some of the other people who live in the flats. And get home, and there's an Amazon driver parked over the like driveway to get into that area. And so then I just sort of pulled up behind him, made sure I was pulled out of the way so people could still get around me, because it's not a very busy road. So there weren't many people coming, well, there weren't any people coming anyway, but I made sure people could still get around me and pulled up behind him with my indicator on. And then he like leaned out his window to yell something at me, and very much seemed like he thought I was being ridiculous for sitting behind him. But it's like, dude, you're blocking my driveway. I need to get in there. What do you want me to do? Just circle the block, waste a bit more petrol just so you can sit in your van for a bit longer? And like, he hadn't just pulled up and was trying to sort out which parcel he needed to go, because as I was driving up the road I saw him get back in the van. So he just finished, he could have just fucked off, but now he had to like yell at me for wanting to get into my own driveway. Anyway, I've just been to IKEA and I've bought a shelf. Just a single shelf, because I don't know if I have enough battery in my phone to show you this, but let's try it. So basically, these are my bookshelves. This bookshelf I put an extra shelf on to fit all these paperbacks, like fit more paperbacks in. And I didn't want to go to IKEA, or I couldn't go to IKEA at that time for whatever reason. So the extra shelf came from there. And I've just had this gap. And now I finally bought an extra shelf to replace it, so I can finally make my shelves look slightly more normal again. So I'm gonna do that now. Now that I've actually made it onto my fucking driveway.
Beyond the walls we've built within,
Okay, that wasn't like mega exciting and it didn't take very long, but yay, it's finally done. Finally have an extra shelf there and books aren't double stacked. I'm so happy. So where's my finger? There it is. The very bottom shelf is unread, and then that side is unread, and this side is like the stuff above, and then Cemetery Boys is like red and it's sneaking down. So yeah, really, really happy I've got that done. Finally gone and bought that bloody shelf. I've been needing it for literally months. It has been so long that it's been like that. So yeah, very happy. Okay, so it has been a while since I updated you, and we have some things to catch up on. I think the last time I updated you, I had finished Corey Farr Does Social Mobility. And I can't remember if I said, but I went into In Ascension next by Martin McInnes. And I've now finished this as well. It's been a while. I've been like busy and just tired and not really been in the mood to vlog, but I've been reading. But I want to start by saying for this one, trigger warning for domestic violence and child abuse. But I love this book. This is definitely my favourite of this video so far. It was right up my alley. It was it was hard sci-fi, like very sciencey, which I am discovering about myself that I love. Lots of science. I loved the writing. I did find the ending a little bit sort of too late, I guess. It was a bit unexplained. I wanted a bit more explanation about certain things, and then it went a bit weird. And it kind of went weird, not in exactly the same way, but it reminded me of the film Interstellar, where it's like amazing and then you have no idea what's going on. And that was kind of what happened at the end of this, but I do also feel like I wish some more things had been explained. I just want more answers, but at the same time, yeah, I really loved this book. I gave it 4 stars in the end, just because of the ending. I don't tend to give half stars, but this would probably be more like 4.5 if I did. I did really enjoy this one, and I'm so glad I picked it up. And then since I finished that, I started Chain Gang All Stars, and then I've also finished this as well. I finished this one yesterday as I'm filming this clip. This one, I went into this one not really expecting to like it because it's a dystopia, and dystopia is just not really my thing anymore. And I didn't love it, but I appreciated it, I guess. Like, I think it did what it was trying to do really well. I think it was a good book if you enjoy that kind of thing. It's just not my kind of thing, if that makes sense. So, like, I could appreciate it for what it was, and I think it did it well. It had a lot of really good commentary on, like, the prison system and the death penalty, which I really appreciated, because it mirrored a lot of my own thoughts about that kind of thing. And again, for this one, I have some trigger warnings that I've written down. There was a lot going on in here, so I might have missed some, but this is just kind of what I clocked. And there's a lot of violence. Trigger warning as well for self-harm, and then trigger warning for rape. So yeah, just if you feel like picking this one up, keep that in mind. But yeah, I've read 2 more books since I last talked to you. I'm getting through it. I only have 1 more book left to read for this challenge. Oh, and also, here's my current rankings. Did I say this one was 3 stars? This one was 3 stars. Here's my current rankings. And now I am reading The Mountain in the Sea. I started this one last night, but I didn't get very far. I've got a little bit further today, so I'm on page 66, chapter 9. Again, I'm actually really enjoying this one. This was one of the ones that I thought would be more my thing, and so far so good. Again, it's quite sciencey, which, yeah, I love. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting further in this one. It's very interesting so far. A lot of the sciencey bits are very intriguing. I'm not a scientist, I tend to just read it and just try and interpret it as best I can and just go with the flow, and it seems to work well for me. So yeah, reading this, I will keep you updated. Sorry it's been so long since my last update. I've finished 2 books in that time. But yeah, I'm getting through it. I'm happy. Okay, so really quick final update, because this video was meant to go up 5 days ago. Whoops. I finished The Mountain in the Sea a few days ago, and I really enjoyed this one. I gave this one 4 stars. I don't think I've been very consistent with remembering this, but let me pop my rankings here. And you can see the order. So my favourite was In Ascension, which I thought it would be, and so I'm now kind of questioning the whole point of doing this concept, because I was like, it'll introduce me to books I wouldn't have heard of. And on one hand, yeah, sure, that's true. I never would have heard of this if I hadn't gone looking for the Arthur C. Clarke shortlist. On the other hand, I also kind of wanted to see if maybe I'd enjoy books that I wouldn't have necessarily picked up on my own. And my kind of guesses of how much I would enjoy each book were pretty much spot on. So it's like I already kind of knew what I was going to like and what I wasn't going to like without reading them in the first place. So yeah, what was the point? But at the same time, like, it was fun. It kind of, I bought these books and then read them right away, so they didn't sit on my TBR, so that was good. I'll see if I do it again next year. Maybe. It was interesting, and it was kind of interesting reading them with the award in mind, but I'm not sure how much I really gained from it that I thought I would. But yeah, I enjoyed this. 4 stars. Very sciencey. I liked the octopuses. I liked everything that was going on. But yeah, this is just a quick wrap up clip because, like I say, this video was meant to be up a while ago already and it's not. So I just wanted to pop in, give you my quick thoughts on The Mountain and the Sea and wrap this vlog up. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!